right, welcome back. You guys always hear, oh, there's an app for that. Well, there actually is, and here to talk to us today about social media and diversity in the tech world is James Alexander. Welcome to the show, James.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, yeah, this is a good time.
Right. Okay, so James, when we speak about diversity, right, in the tech world, what exactly does that mean?
So here's the deal. It's amazing because we're talking about diversity. We all know that diversity makes you a ton of money, right?
Absolutely.
Case in point, you look at Apple. Apple has like 13% diversity. We're talking about minorities, Latino and Black Americans.
Right.
But overall in the tech world, you're looking at possibly less than 1% of executives are Black Americans.
Wow.
Between 2 to 5%, or we're talking about Black and Latino. So between 2 to 5% for Black and 2 to 5% for Latino, they make up the executives for the entire tech world. But in Silicon Valley itself, less than 1% for Black Americans.
So you have to get more on the ground level,
yes,
so they can work their way up and there'll be more opportunities later.
That's part of it, but you know, it's finding ways to develop people and having them just learning how to do it. I think there are so many people. And when it comes to minorities,
they don't even think of it as an option.
They don't think of it as an option because they don't have access to capital.
Right.
They don't know how to take those steps of creating an app. You know, who do I go to? How do I protect my whole image? Or how do I protect my idea? Because that's the #1 thing that can easily be taken away.
So is part of the solution is maybe creating an app that's more accessible to minorities?
Well,
or more
here's
interesting to them?
Here's what it is. You know, what we want to do is educate people on the different startup companies. I mean, not startup companies, excuse me, incubators. There you go. So educate people on the different incubators that will allow them to come in and to develop their idea from the beginning to the end. There's a couple of startups, right? There's a couple of incubators. One is called 500 startups out of Silicon Valley. They're actually in San Francisco, Mountain View, and Mexico City. So what they do is they bring you in, they provide you seed money. You get like $150,000.
Wow.
To develop the idea, if they like the idea.
Right.
There's another one out of Orlando called Canvas. Canvas takes you from the beginning to the end, 90 days. It's an intense, just overall experience, 90 days. At the end of the program, you will go through a demo day, you'll explain what your idea is to everyone and ask for more help. So,
and there's people there to help you along the way.
Yes.
It's like they don't drop you in a room and say, okay, make it happen.
Right.
I mean,
Exactly.
There's like mentors, people that you can talk to.
Exactly. I mean, when you're talking about help, you're gonna need help. Your idea may need to be patented. You may have to trademark your logo. Everything that you would need to make this happen, you would get that help from those incubators.
Right.
They will bring you in and take care of everything. So the lawyers you think that are out of your reach because they cost too much, you know, lawyers, you have to, some people are like $1,500 an hour.
Wow.
But
Sure.
So how hard is it, like how difficult is it to build an app?
to be honest, it's not dependent on what type of app that you have. Now, if
Okay.
you're doing something simple, you may be able to do a clone. You didn't hear that from me. You know, it's like a
All right, hey,
card game
you
app,
got a
you know,
sneak
playing
peek right
spades
there.
and so on and so forth. You may be able to do a
Right,
clone.
right.
But if you're really doing something that's very in-depth, then you really need to sit down, and it's going to take time. So it could take up to a year. It could take 2 years.
Okay.
But you want to do something that's really that's accessible to everyone, that crosses all demographics, because there are thousands of apps. You look at the app store, you can just
So many.
Keywords.
But it's always one that just blows up, right?
Right.
You know?
every time,
And
right?
how do you protect that? You know, like in terms of a patent and stuff.
Oh my God! It's so, now we need the lawyer.
That's what you need. You're
Because
looking
I've
for
spent
one.
hours with my lawyers, been on the phones, and oh my God! I
But
just
when
gotta
you get
call
to
and
that
say-
stage, you know.
when you get to that
protection.
stage, when you're protecting your app, you have to have all your legal work in place because you have up to 1 year. So if you come out,
okay.
you know, we come out with an app, you know, and you're just out there. You know, you say, "This is my idea. This is what I do." There's so many legal eagles out there that are waiting to pounce on you. I mean, case in point, you look at the fidget spinner. She gave it
Oh,
up,
yeah, yeah, we all know
everything
about
blew
that.
up, right? So,
Right.
but you have to really just be careful. You have up to 1 year to get it all together. If you don't get it done within 1 year, there's no more first to market.
Right.
Okay,
That's
so
true.
one real quick question then. So, like, what are you currently working on? that you can
So,
talk to us about?
you know, it's kind of hard for me, but I would say this: the project that I'm working on right now is going to be something that could be used to help people explore their immediate area, and for you to, it's going to change the way you do things. Let's put it that way.
Oh, love it.
Groundbreaking.
Yes,
sir. Yes,
groundbreaking
sir.
news.
I can't give it away because this is like a life-changing idea, so I don't want to give it away.
Oh, okay.
So what can people expect? I mean, you see Silicon Valley on HBO and stuff. It's like everyone's trying
Playing
to
in
like
the apps too. It's crazy.
the apps, and they're the one app that's going to blow up and become a multimillionaire. How common is this? Or is this folklore?
You know what? There's so much money in that world.
Really?
It's a ton. You're talking about, oh my gosh.
Technology.
If you have the right idea, it can happen. But the problem is this: you really have to find that spot, that sweet spot. You know, when you're talking about developing an app, because when you go out and do your research on the amount of apps that are out there, it has to be unique.
Right.
And if you're going to make it unique, you have to bring it to the table and just be all in.
Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
James. Really appreciate it. Best of luck with everything.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, we'll be right back.